What's up, everybody? Well, I got another gameplay video for you guys today, and today we're gonna check out that Storm Chasers game again, this time on the secondary computer. Now, it should be able to get more than playable FPS the entire time. So for the Alien War it did, the Asus G15 advantage was most of the time, but there was a couple of times it dropped under 60, like when you zoomed in on the tornadoes right at the base where all the damage was. But so far, all the most powerful computers have all done it just fine. Although, the small form factor one did drop down to like 60. I think same with the Alienware, like on the higher and mid 60s. So there could be some tornadoes where they still do drop under 60. Like I always say, just because I test certain places doesn't mean it's going to get that FPS everywhere. But in any case, let's not waste any more time and let's go see how it does this time around.
Alright, so get back to the right screen here. There we go. Unfortunately, Control-Shift-E happens to also, E likes to go forward and back on these screens a lot, so. Anyway, we're just going to max this out, ultra-wide, and it does support ultra-wide, so that's always good. So, why don't we hop into the game and let's see how a computer like this handles it. Well, here we are. Started the game. And yeah, it definitely gets a tremendous amount of FPS on this small little place. But we'll have to wait till we get to the bigger places to see what true FPS is going to get. And of course, if you go online with all the people and whatnot, in the much bigger areas, it'll probably get even less FPS than that. I'm basically going to wait until they update it a bunch and hopefully even make it playable on the Steam Deck and Ally and Firebad. That'd be great. I mean, it was borderline playable. Most of the time you can get playable FPS, but anytime you try to actually take pictures of the tornado, it would come to a crawl. Even the G15 Advantage was dropping down to the 50s and 40s at times in this game. And I know that thing's getting up there in the years, but it should be able to play a game like this no problem. So should the Steam Deck and Ally, in my opinion, and Firebad. But this is an early access game, so I'm sure it'll get more optimized as time goes on, if, you know, its popularity stays where it is. Otherwise, games like this tend to get, you know, tossed out and then forgotten about. But I'll definitely get my fill of it. And worst case scenario, if I can't work up the courage to go online, which I'm pretty sure I can once it gets better, they've got free roam mode too. But then that still won't do the good of adding the extra people. I think you can have like 5 or 6 people join you in an online game. I can't remember, but I remember watching that Queso guy play it, and he had like a bunch of people around him. Everybody was smashing into everybody. He kept getting sucked up in the tornadoes. I don't think I got sucked up yet. So far, I've just gotten down to like 75 life getting hit in the head with hail. Alright. First mission in our little truck here. We got some of that steering wheel action. But this is a much better representation. Still pretty small, but much bigger than that little farm. And it still gets more than playable FPS the whole time. But you would expect a computer of this caliber to be able to play this, but unfortunately, I wished it at least got 60 plus on some of the weaker systems. I'm not expecting to it on Ultra, but the Steam Decks and stuff like that were struggling even on low to get like 60. They were able to do at least 3040 as long as you weren't pointing your camera at the tornado, which is a bigger part of the game, so I think they should still be able to stay above 30 at least while taking a picture. Me, I'd never accept 30 on this kind of a machine. I'd be like, okay, nope, why is this only getting 30? There's no way this thing is so weak it can only get 30. Unless you try and put like path tracing and stuff on. It'll be like 8 FPS in some games, but hey, even my 4090s in the same game will be like 16 to 20. So it's like, okay, it's better, but it's still not quite playable. That's why, unfortunately, it seems like upscaling and all that stuff is here to stay, and I just gotta get used to it. I'm old school. I liked the old school just native res. If I can have native res and get like 80 to 100 FPS, I will, but a lot of times to get my 80 to 100 FPS in single player games nowadays, even without ray tracing, I gotta turn on some DLSS quality at least. And me, I almost never use ray tracing, even on my 4090s. Most of the time, it just kills your FPS too much for such little lighting difference. There's a couple games where it makes quite a big difference. And in those ones, I'll go do like performance or mostly balanced. I hate using performance DLSS, if I can be honest. It doesn't really look that bad if you focus on the stuff right in front of you, but if you start looking towards the like future, then it starts going like, oh, that's where they're getting all their performance. You can definitely tell the trees in the distance are way blurrier, way more aliased, shit like that, compared to just quality and balanced. Because I'm pretty sure performance DLSS, at least at 4K, is 1080p. And then ultra performance would be 720p. And alright, and with that, we can go move on to camera. Well, now for some camera recorded gameplay.
There's always gonna be a high you could chase for the rest of your life. Greener grass in the yard next door. A shined up Chevy, little newer than yours. You're never gonna fill an empty cup if what you got still not enough. Thing about happiness I found is they don't live in bigger houses. The thing about happiness I found is they don't live in bigger houses.
Wide-back gallon is cheaper by the barrel. Just don't get busted singing Christmas carols. That's us, that's right. Gotta love this American ride. Both ends of the ozone burning. Funny how the world keeps turning. Look, Mom, no hand. I love this American ride. Gotta love this American ride. Gets her rocks off, watching Desperate Housewives. Daddy works his can off, paying for the good life. Kids on the YouTube learning how to be cool. Living in a cruel world pays to be a man. Gotta love this American ride. Both ends of the ozone burning. Funny how the world keeps turning. Look, oh, no hands. I love this American.
Alright. Now remember, once it starts destroying stuff, I think that's when you get the most points. Over here. That's what I'm going to try to do again. Now, see if I'm right.
Plasma getting bigger, Jesus getting smaller, spill a cup of coffee.
A tornado warning has been issued for the Byron County area by the National Weather Service.
Both ends of the ozone burning. Funny how the world
pictures yet, but I almost want to take one just to see if it's like even over there yet. Should be visible soon. Oh, there it is, I think.
Gave us that hilltop place hard, gave us some girls that stole our hearts, gave us some books up on the wall, the way we live and the way we talk. Gave us state that senior year, them country stores to buy that beer, a place to go, nobody knows where you take it in and you take it slow, like that river rolls where that green grass grows. I can't explain it, oh, it's something, ain't it? Yeah, we sure painted it up, tore down the multi-lane roads. We even stole every sign or left them in bullet holes. It wasn't nowhere as bad as we all said that it was. Yeah, looking back at it now, this
Looks like I'm out of pictures already. But definitely got a pretty decent amount of pictures. Now I can at least see the thing.
Good people in a back row pew, good dirt at the
I
corner.
wonder where it ends up going over here. I almost always end up like turning down that road and driving away.
Some damn good friends, whole lot of not too much to do, all the time in the world to do it. Every bit of that down on dirt was heaven on earth, and we never knew it. Yeah, we sure painted it up, tore down the multi-lane roads. We either stole every sign or left them in bullet holes. It wasn't nowhere as bad as we all said that it was.
It looks like it just kind of chills and goes over around town.
Town's been too good to us. Raise hell on the weekends, yeah.
I don't think it comes over here. Does it? Alright, I think that's like the exit.
I can't explain it, oh, it's something. Yeah, we sure painted it up, tore down the multi-lane roads. We either stole every sign or left them in bullet holes. It wasn't nowhere as bad as we all said that it was. Yeah, looking back at it now, this town's been too good to us. Raise hell on the weekends, yeah. Man, what were we thinking when we said we'd leave it in a cloud of dust? This town's been too good to us. Yeah, too good to us. This town's been too good to us.
Alright. Oh, nice. Got 35. Man, how are these other people getting those? There's gotta be some trick to it. Anyway, why don't we go ahead and go wrap this video up. I almost said rip this video up, but no, let's go wrap the video up. There will be no ripping of videos up. Well, alright guys, that's a wrap for Storm Chasers on the secondary computer here, and it seemed to play just fine, but most things do on a system such as this. But there's still the online aspect. With all the people around and whatnot, I think everybody's system would probably lag a little bit. That's what I saw in the few people I saw playing this. And I think that's probably what happens. I think people just see some of these bigger YouTubers and then they want me to test this shit out in some of these games, you know? But anyway, that's all I got, and it looks like the camera's about to die. It's on 1 bar, which means it'll be flashing red at me any second. Batteries are cooked. In any case, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.